There are many issues that are plaguing the African American community. One of the issues that I'd like to discuss is the disproportionate incarceration rate of African American males. This issue touches me in a very sensitive place because I have a brother that is currently serving 27 years based on legislation that was passed in the early 80s by Ronald Reagan, which actually connected certain policies um, that were supposedly created in adjunct to the crack cocaine epidemic. Watching young African American males regularly being humiliated and positioned in the gutter. Uh, they handcuff them and they sit them in the gutter. And we all know that that is psychological maneuvering, which allows you to remember that you're no less than an animal. There are a large amount of young males that are filtering through the penal system. There are a lot of African American young men that are also filtered through residential treatment facilities where they are uh, research subjects for major pharmaceutical companies. You have many African American males that are being exploited at an alarming rate. Let's not even consider the large incarceration rate of the African American male. Right now, the American penal system has the largest incarceration rate in the world. We're talking about in comparison to China and Russia. And we all are fully aware of the fact that China has the greatest population in the world. So how is it that the United States have a incarceration level far beyond the incarceration level of China? This is to be considered. This is to be looked at. And the majority of the incarcerated are African American males. Statistically speaking, these African American males uh, have been incarcerated uh, beyond the capacity of those that were shipped across oceans for the economic purposes of building a country based on free labor. And once again, thanks to the crack cocaine epidemic, the CIA filtered large amounts of crack cocaine in African American communities. And anybody that knows anything about crack cocaine, it's a highly addictive CNS stimulant. It's one of the most addictive that there is out there on the streets. And this particular drug, once it began to disseminate through the African American community, we had babies that were being born that were crack addicted with a great deal of their mental capacity diminished. We have mothers that have absolutely lost all maternal instinct because of the overwhelming desire to obtain this particular drug at the cost sometimes of selling her kids for sexual purposes. So at current, we have a large capacity of African American males that are incarcerated solely for the purpose of supporting the federal government with their competitive business endeavors. A lot of these prisoners are making furniture. They are not designing, but they are reconstructing computers. A lot of them are exposed to some type of radiation toxin within the hard drives of these computers. You have those that are doing landscaping. You have prisoners that are actually um, servants in various elite homes. They're doing interior design. So here you have it. The modern day slave trade, and it's absolutely amazing to me that things are coming to a head, and the racism in America and the perspective it has, or the fear that it exhibits towards African American males, is just phenomenal. And having an African American president, which is a wonderful thing because we clearly see, and there's no denying the fact that America has a ways to go when it comes to interacting or accepting people of color. Now, I don't know why this particular term racism is not added to the APA standard of mental diagnoses, the DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Illnesses, because it's clearly a psychosis. I mean, the only country that incarcerates its citizens because of the color of their skin, that's definitely psychotic. There's nothing rational or normal about that. So we, our voice, we will be heard, and we will construct and organize intelligently so. Intelligently so. We're not tearing down any buildings or burning up trees or any of that. We're going to empower ourselves, educational wise, and we're going to go to Congress and revisit a lot of these atrocities that are placed upon the African American community. So I'll see you then.